said I tried to watch that one before. Yeah, baby, I tried to watch that one with my daughter. Them little ladies be getting it. I said, oh my God, they got so much energy. In real life? Yeah. Oh, one of the little ladies? Yeah. Are they supposed to be on flyers too? No, they just the little women of Atlanta. They little, yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good
Judge.
morning, Mr. Edison. How are you?
I'm great. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well.
Good to
Long
see
time no see.
you. Yeah, yeah.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Shard.
Great to see you this morning, as always.
Morning. All right. Well, it looks like we have way more people on here than I have now. Is your list in alphabetical order me? Yes. Because what I'm gonna do is I usually go down that list, the ones that are here first. I take them first. If they weren't here, time I call and then I double back. Okay. So print it out. I do see the attorney done. No, we're just doing a census and he'll be out there. Okay, we'll begin checking you in a minute. Pardon me? I do not. No. Would you like a?
Your Honor, may I call a name out?
You talking about the name of a defendant?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Hold on a second. Madam Clerk is about to go down the list so we can see who all is here. And we're gonna check all those that are here first. We can get through. Long paper. Long. All right, Madam Clerk has to do something, so I'm gonna start. Mr. Johnson, you're here, correct? Basil Johnson?
Looks like he's on another phone, Your Honor.
Okay, Romy Mezzi? Attorney Reed?
Attorney Reed is here, Your Honor. We're ready.
I see you. Good morning, Mr. Reed.
Good morning, Your Honor. As always, good to see you.
Attorney Wayne Frost? Attorney David Cripps? Attorney Sarah Robinson?
Good morning, Judge. I'm here and ready.
Good morning. Attorney Jerome Barney?
Present.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Attorney Ronald Debo?
Morning, Your Honor. Reynolds Devil is here.
Good morning. Attorney Muhammad Nasser.
Your Honor, this is Ted Wallace. I'm here on behalf of I'm standing in for Mr. Nasser.
Okay. Attorney Nancy Richards. Attorney
Yes.
Joseph Diller.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Mr. Nichols, Jose Nichols is right now trying to still get on. He should be on shortly.
okay. Attorney Carolyn Marsh.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm well, and you?
Good, thank you.
I have Attorney Stephen Sharp and Attorney Wright Blake. Okay. So let me know when you're ready. I'm ready. All right, we're calling Danny Reed, Attorney Daniel Reed's client case first. Lanarius Collins. Puritan. Collins.
There are two, should be
We
curious.
have both of those, Your Honor.
We have what?
There's Mr. Curidan and Mr. Collins. Yes, we're ready on both.
So which one are we doing first?
Let's do the council conference first. Okay.
This is case number 21771, People of the State of Michigan versus Dalvin Curitan. Scheduled calendar conference. Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea McCray appearing on behalf of the people, P number 83698.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Daniel Reed, P number 30965, appearing on behalf of Mr. Curidan. We do consent this matter proceeding by Zoom. Mr. Curidan, state your name for the record, sir.
You have to unmute yourself, Mr. Curitan.
Dalvin Curitan. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
It's okay. Good morning, Mr. Curitan. How are you?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm fine, and you?
All right. It looks like there is a plea. Is that what we're doing? Oh, it's not signed. What are we doing on this case?
That is correct, Your Honor. There's a plea. We would ask the court to sign our name for permission if the court would allow. We have worked
No,
out.
the court cannot sign your name.
Okay,
Counsel, you would have to sign the form, and you can sign on behalf of your client, and then you can email it over to the court, but the court cannot sign.
okay. It is signed, Your Honor. It is.
Judge, I forwarded a signed copy to Ms. Dove and Ms. Kennedy very recently, about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. She's gonna check then. Got it. She has it.
Okay.
Is it printing today?
Yeah, just thinking about it.
You want me to have whole print?
Yes, please.
Okay, we are now ready. All right, I understand that the parties have reached a plea agreement. Madam Prosecutor, would you like to state the terms of the agreement for the record?
Yes, Your Honor. So the agreement would be to plead guilty to a reduced count from the original count of CCW. We would be pleading guilty to the misdemeanor of obtaining a pistol without a license. That's a 90-day misdemeanor. That's the maximum penalty, 90 days. We would make count 1, carrying a concealed weapon. The sentence agreement would read as following: 1 year of probation, telephone reporting after the first 6 months if abiding by all terms. Defendant must forfeit weapon to the arresting agency. Defendant cannot possess, use, or sell a firearm during the period of probation, and any other terms or conditions to be set by the court.
Okay.
That is our understanding.
Is that the
Yes.
agreement that you discussed with your client, Mr. Reed?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And right, Mr. Curitan, is that your understanding of what the plea offer is?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Puritan, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, please state your name again for the record.
Dalvin Curtin,
And how old are you, Mr. Puritan?
26,
All right, and how far did you go in school?
12th.
Did you graduate?
No, Your Honor, I got dropped out the last year.
Okay. And do you read and write the English language?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand what's happening here today?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right. I have in front of me a settlement offer, advice of rights, notice of acceptance form. There's a signature on the bottom of your attorney and your name. Did you give your attorney permission to sign this form?
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you discussed this plea with your attorney?
Your Honor, I have.
Are you satisfied with your attorney's representation?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you understand the original plea was weapons carry and conceal, which was a 5-year max. People have offered that you can plead to a reduced charge of obtaining a pistol without a license, which is 90 days max. They are dismissing the carry and concealed weapon. There's a sentence agreement of 1-year probation. Telephone reporting after 6 months. If abiding by the terms of the agreement, you must forfeit the weapon to the arresting agency. You must not own, possess, or use a firearm during the period of the probation, and any other terms and conditions set by the court. You understand that to be the plea offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you understand by pleading guilty, you are giving up certain rights that were listed on the form? Did you have an opportunity to go over those rights with your attorney?
Yes, remember we talked about that.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, the court is gonna go over them again. By pleading guilty here today, you give up the right to be tried by a jury and to be presumed innocent until proven guilty. Do you understand you're giving up those rights?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You're also giving up the rights to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty and have the witnesses against you appear at court and question the witnesses against you. Do you understand you're giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you also have given up the right to have the court have any witnesses on your behalf come and appear at a trial, to remain silent during the trial, or not to have that silence used against you, and to testify at trial if you so chose. You understand you're giving up those rights as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, if your plea is accepted, you will be giving up any claim that the plea was the result of promises and threats that were not disclosed to the court at the plea proceedings, or that it was not your own choice to enter the plea. Do you understand you're giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if your plea is accepted, any appeal for the conviction and sentence pursuant to this plea will be by application to appeal to leave and not by right. So what that means is if you want the Court of Appeals, the Michigan Court of Appeals, to look at the circumstances surrounding your plea and sentence, you would have to ask them. If you were found guilty by a jury, it will be automatic. So it's just letting you know that you're giving up that right for it to be automatic. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, knowing and understanding all the rights we went over, is it still your wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Other than the plea agreement, has anyone promised you anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone threatened or coerced you in any way in order to get you to plead guilty today?
No, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole currently?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Madam Prosecutor, would you please order the witness or defendant?
Mr. Dalvin Curtin, taking you back to the date of July 15, 2020. On that date, did you find yourself at the place of offense of Haverhill and Brunswick, Brunswick in the city of Detroit, county of Wayne, state of Michigan?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And at that location, were you driving a Trailblazer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And while driving that Trailblazer, did you knowingly carry a dangerous weapon, that being a handgun, in your car?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you knew the weapon was in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And did you obtain that weapon without a license?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay. I think at this time I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
I did
Defense
have,
is satisfied, Your Honor.
okay, I was about to say, I did have the certificate, just not the
You
complete
did have a
license.
license to carry the gun, young man.
Yeah, I did.
Thank you.
Okay. Has the court complied with Court Rule 6.302?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court finds that the defendant's plea is understanding, voluntary, and accurate, and will accept the plea of guilty. The defendant will be referred to probation department for a pre-sentence report. You will need to call the probation department at 313.
Judge,
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
can we do
Go
immediate? Is there an objection to immediate?
Oh, you're right. You're right. We are. Do you want immediate sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, he still has to call probation though, because he has 1 year probation.
Oh,
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'll still give you that information. Once we finish, you do need to call probation at 313-456-4600. All right, it is the desire of the parties to just do immediate sentencing at this time.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court will sentence Mr. Curitan to 1 year probation, telephone reporting after 6 months, if abiding by the terms of the agreement. You must forfeit the weapon to the arresting agency. You must not own, possess, or use a firearm during the period of probation. Let me check out what the fees are.
In light of the pandemic, Your Honor, we'd ask the court to reduce the amount of the cost and the fees. My client has been interrupted in terms of his working ability, so he is not financially as stable as he was before.
No objection from the people.
Okay, I heard you, Attorney Reed. The costs are $75 for crime victims' rights, $53 state costs. It's $1,300 court fees, but I am going to reduce the $1,300 down to $300 court fees,
Thank you.
and we will waive the $400 attorney fee.
Thank you.
Thank
Your
you.
Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Curitan, make sure that you contact probation when you get off this call so that you can get start getting your one-time probation set up, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right,
Thank the court.
you.
The court
You all
has been
have a
more
good
than,
day.
the court has been
Yes,
more
sir.
than fair. We appreciate the court.
All right, thank you. Now, Mr. Reed, you have another case, right?
Mr. Collins, we're ready on that case also, Your Honor, for sentencing.
Okay, Mr. Curitan, you can hang up. This matter is concluded.
Okay.
I believe Mr. Collins is in the waiting room.
Yes,
Mr. Collins is in the waiting room?
yes.
Okay. I'm letting all the people in from the waiting room right now. All right, Mr. Collins.
This is case number 203697, People of the State of Michigan versus Lanarius Collins, scheduled sentencing. Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea McCray appearing on behalf of the people for 8.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Daniel Reed, P number 30965, appearing on behalf of Mr. Collins. We do consent this matter proceeding by Zoom. Mr. Collins, would you state your name for the record, sir?
Lanarius Collins.
Good morning, Mr. Collins. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Doing well. Okay, this is the date and time and place set for sentencing in this matter. Mr. Collins pled guilty to weapons carry and concealed, which has a 5-year max. It's like it's 4 days jail credit. Mr. Collins, you consent to being sentenced over Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. It does not look like there was any type of plea agreement. Have all the parties had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence investigation report?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
Any corrections, deletions, or additions to the body of the report?
Your Honor, we just indicate that we are retained. It does say that, but it does also assess an attorney fee, and we'd ask the court to vacate that provision.
Okay, let me see, where are they trying to, oh, I see it.
Maybe on the second page, I believe. Yes,
Yeah, it didn't put any amount, though. You talk about number 7 on page 2?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Okay, the court will, delete that, strike that out. Okay, other than that, Mr. Reed, any other corrections, additions, or deletions to the body of the report?
No, Your Honor.
Madam Prosecutor?
Yes, Judge. On the same page we were discussing about numbers 4 through 6, they don't specify a cost, and I think they should be specified.
The court will put that in.
Okay. And then to the body of the report, nothing else. There are some changes to the sentencing guidelines.
Okay, Mr. Collins, have you had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence investigation report with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is everything in the report accurate and true?
Yes.
All right, have the parties had an opportunity to review the sentencing guidelines?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so it seems for Madam Prosecutor, she believes there to be some changes. Have you all discussed these changes at all?
Yes, I emailed Brother Counsel last night about what I had intended, what I thought were changes.
That's
Okay.
fine, Your
All right,
Yes.
go ahead.
Okay, so OB, the PRVs are fine at 0 and level A. The offense variables, OB1 should be 0.
Any objection by the
No.
defense?
No objection.
Okay. The court will make that change.
Thank you, Judge. And then OB13 should be 10.
Any objection by defense?
No objection, Your Honor.
Court will make that change. Anything else?
Judge, so the total offense amount would be 10, and that would change the OB level to 2 instead of 1.
All right.
No
Any
objection.
by defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court made that change. Does that change the guideline minimum range?
Just from 0 to 6.
All right, so it'll go from 0 to 3 to 0 to 6. The court will make that change as well.
No objection.
How old is Mr. Collins? 22?
Yes, he is a young man. We tried to get higher, but there was some difficulty in trying to get that, but he comes
That's
before the
fine.
court. Yes.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to ask that. He has no prior felonies, no misdemeanors. but we
No,
can
there
deny-
was a pending case in Southfield that was a stickler for Mr. Cobbs, Prosecutor Cobbs, so we're not able to get over that hurdle, so we understand that.
Okay. All right, Madam Prosecutor, is there anything else you'd like to say before I impose sentence?
No, Judge. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Ms. McCray.
I said no, Judge. Thank you.
Okay.
And I
Defendant,
would
is there
just
anything
add
you'd
that he
like-
is a fine young man. I've been knowing this young man for some time. He's a very good friend of my son's. He has done miraculously well. Otherwise, he made a bad choice in terms of this particular situation. And we only ask the court to have mercy on this young man at this time.
Okay, Mr. Collins, is there anything that you would like to say to the court?
I would like to thank all of y'all for the time that's been put into this case and the patience, especially because of the other pending case that was slowing us down for so long. And I guess that's all.
Okay. Also, it's showing 4 days jail credit. Is that accurate?
Mr. Collins?
Oh, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
That is accurate?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, a couple questions, Mr. Collins. Are you currently employed?
Yes, ma'am.
And where do you work?
I work for Dark World as a sound engineer.
Okay, very good. And you have one child, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You graduated from Renaissance High School?
Yes, 2016.
All right, that's a very good high school, Mr. Collins.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Collins, I want you to be successful. I don't want to see you back here again. What's going on with your other case?
It's honestly just awaiting a trial date, but it's like a to be announced date. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so it is the sentence of the court that you will be placed on 18 months probation, subject to the following conditions. You must not use any object as a weapon. You must not own, use, or have under your control or area of control a weapon of any type or any imitation of a weapon. You must not be in the company of anyone you know who possesses these items. You must submit to a search of your person and property, including but not limited to your vehicle, residence, and computer, without need of a warrant if the field agent has reasonable cause to believe you have items which violate the conditions of your probation. It has on here that you must make genuine efforts to maintain employment. You've indicated you're already employed. How many hours do you work a week?
On average, between about 30 and 35.
Okay, so the condition was that you work a minimum of 30 hours. So the only thing I'm going to tell you with respect to condition 3 is that you shall not give reason to be terminated or voluntarily terminate your employment or alternative program unless you first obtain written permission from the field agent. You must pay $68 in state costs. They don't have anything here, but it should be 68 is my understanding. Madam Clerk, correct me if I'm wrong. You must pay a crime victims assessment in the amount of $130. And you must pay court costs. It's an amount of, it's supposed to be $1,300. I'm gonna reduce yours to $600.
Thank you.
And we struck 7 there. Your attorney was retained, not appointed. And you're ordered to pay $30 a month supervision fee. In addition, during your 18 months on probation, do you have a pen, Mr. Collins?
Yes, I'm putting this stuff in my notes right now as you were
All right,
speaking.
I want you to take down this number. And I want you to tell them that you were referred by Judge Baker. I think their current program has already started, so you cannot be a part of this program. But I want you to find out when the next program starts and get that information from them. You're gonna call the farm program. F as in Frank, A as in Mary, R as in Richard, M as in Michael. It stands for Family Assistance for Renaissance Men. It is a mentoring program, as well as they do so many other things. The phone number is 313-717-2882. I am well aware that the program has already started for this term, so you need to tell them you're calling them because I want you to be in their next program, whenever that starts, okay?
Okay.
And then while you're on probation, I'm going to give you a review date, Mr. Collins, because I want to see you back in about 6 months and see how you're doing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Give me a date, 6 months from now, please.
You want it on a Wednesday,
Yes.
September 29th.
All right, September 29th at 9 o'clock, Mr. Collins. Set this for a review date so I can see how you're doing. I don't know if we'll be on Zoom or in person. You'll get notice from the court. At this point, I'm gonna say Zoom, but it may be in person, I don't know. Did I give you the number to probation?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
That number is 313-456-4600. You need to contact them once you hang up from this call. Okay?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Anything further from the parties?
No, Judge.
Your Honor, this court is greatly appreciated. We thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I want
All
you
right.
to see you well, Mr. Collins. All right.
You'll do
Matters
fine.
concluded.
Thank you, Your Honor. Everybody
right.
stay safe.
You too, Mr. Reed.
All righty.
All right, we're gonna go to the next one who was here. Sarah Robinson's case, which is Aaron George.
Yes, Judge.
George.
Yes.
This is case number 202577, defendant number 2, people of the state of Michigan versus Aaron George. Scheduled final conference. Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Andrea McCray appearing on behalf of the people, P number 83698.
Morning, Your Honor. Sarah Robinson, P63181, appearing on behalf of Mr. Aaron George, who is present via Zoom.
Morning, Mr. George.
Good morning.
State your name for the record, please.
Aaron George.
All right, Ms. Robinson, I can barely hear you. A little low.
I'll speak up, Judge.
Okay, what are we doing today?
Judge, this was a return date for discovery. The people have provided discovery to me in this case. I've received repair records. I've also received call logs. My understanding was that the inspection records were separate. It appears that they have changed that and they are all in one. The people can correct me if that's not the case. There is an offer. My client does not want to take the offer at this time, and we would like to move forward to the in-person evidentiary hearing.
Okay, all right, I do have, well, before I go to that, so all the discovery issues have been handled at this point, correct?
Correct.
Correct, Ms. McCray?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, all right, so I do have in front of me an evidentiary hearing readiness checklist. That being the case, we will get that submitted today. And as soon as we get a date from court administration, then we will let you know what that date is and have you come back. Okay?
Thank you.
You want, hold on one second, you said one.
Gotta give her a tracking date right now.
Okay, we have to give you a tracking date, even though we don't know the date of the hearing, so hold on a second.
Yes, Judge.
May, that's fine.
May 12th.
Okay, let me check to see what day is my emergency docket.
Oh, that may be. No, my emergency docket is May 13th, so that's fine. May 12th is fine. May 12th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes. Yes, Judge.
If
Thank
we
you.
get another date before that for the hearing, we'll let you know. Otherwise, that'll just be a review date.
Thank you.
Thank you. Matters concluded. Next attorney that we checked in,
Edison, Your Honor.
is Mr. Barney on Royce Hurston.
Jerome Barney.
Is your client on the call, Mr. Barney?
I just spoke with him. He's supposed to be on the phone.
Mr. Hurston, are you on the call?
I'm just looking in the participants. Let's see if he's in the room. I just spoke with him just a few minutes ago, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Barney, if your client's not on, we have to pass this matter.
All right,
Give
Your
him a
Honor.
call.
Okay, I'm calling him now.
Next, Mr. Debo. Ronald Debo?
I'm here, Your Honor. Ronald Thiebel, P63897.
Is your client on the call?
She should be. Her name's Sarah
Yes,
Jones.
Your Honor, I'm on the call.
Okay, Miss Moody, I need you. Thank you. All right, we can go to that one. Yeah, no, Debo, the attorney, Sarah Jones Moody.
Special
I have-
prosecutor, Ms. Anna Bigstaff.
I'm here. This is case number 20415159. People of the state of Michigan versus Sarah Jones.
Hello, sir.
Moody, scheduled sentencing. Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Anna Bickerstaff on behalf of the people, P82215.
Ronald Debo. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Good morning. Ronald Debo, P63897 on behalf of Sarah Jean Jones Moody.
And Miss Moody, please state your name for the record.
Sarah Jean Jones Moody.
All right, Miss Moody, this is the date, time, and place set for sentencing in this matter. Miss Moody, do you give consent to be sentenced over Zoom?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right. It looks like Miss Moody to complete the accessory after the fact, 5-year max. Plea agreement. It was the people take no position on HIDA. Defendant agrees to abide by all terms and conditions of the agreement of special consideration, letter dated 2/10/2021. And the people agree to dismiss count 2. All right, has everybody, all the parties had an opportunity to review the pre-sentence report?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, any corrections or
I
additions to
reviewed
the
it with my
body?
client too. Yes.
Are there any corrections, deletions, or additions to the body of the report?
No, Your Honor.
Madam Prosecutor?
Nothing on behalf of the people, Judge.
Okay. And Ms. Jones Moody, did you have an opportunity to go over the pre-sentence report with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is everything in the report true and accurate?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Have the parties received the sentence guidelines with respect to the report?
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
All right. Any changes with respect to the guidelines?
I only ask that the court please consider waiving the court costs because my client is struggling financially. She hasn't been able to work while awaiting this date, and she has a job lined up, but it'll be very difficult for her financially.
All right, the court will take that in consideration.
The people believe the
Anything with
guidelines.
respect to the guidelines?
The people believe the
yes.
guidelines are held correctly.
Wait, okay, we can only talk at one time. Hold on. Ms. Bickerstaff, what did you say?
I said the people believe the guidelines are scored correctly, Judge.
Okay, and Mr. Debo?
We concur.
All right, so that being the case, the PRVs are 0, level 8, OBs are 0, level 1, and the minimum guidelines range is 0 to 3. That's correct?
I'm sorry, Judge, the OVs are at 75. That's what my sentencing sheet is showing.
Oh, wait a minute. More than one.
Yeah, there is more than one. It might be, we need both make sure we're looking at the right one.
Okay. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong case. This is a big max, so. This one says, accessory after the fact, under. Why is mine saying 0 to 3? I am lying. It has it up here. They're saying it's not showing? Okay, hold on one second, you all, because for some reason, we're having an issue with YouTube. Hold on one second. My computer is showing we're live, but I'm getting some information that we may not be streaming. And I don't know if that is the case or not. And the proceedings have to be live. Hold on one second. All right, while they're working on that, I'm gonna proceed. I don't know what I'm looking at. My guidelines do not show 75.
Your Honor, there were two PSIR sent to me, and I'm going by the second one I received. I believe that was the correction.
That's what happened.
You are not streaming.
I am not.
No.
Oh. Okay, I don't have that. Miss Shawn, are you on the call?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, I'm looking at the PSI for Miss Sarah Jean Jones Moody. Do you have guidelines, a second set of guidelines that shows her PRV should be 75? Because mine only shows 0, and that's the only one I have.
I'll pull it right up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
If you do have it, Ms. Shawn, can you just email it to the court?
Sure will.
Okay, so, defense and people are indicating that the total OB should be 75.
Yeah, yes, Judge.
Can you tell me what the different amounts are on which variables?
So OV1 should be scored at 25
Okay,
and OV3 should be 50 points.
okay. And what's the OB level? Is that a 3?
That would be a 4, Judge.
Okay, and what's the minimum guideline range?
0 to 17 months.
All right, is that what you have, Mr. Deeble?
No, maybe I'm looking at the wrong one. I have zeros in all of them, offense variables.
That's exactly the same thing I had. So now the question becomes, if people are saying the one that they have is OB 125, OB 350, do you have any objection to those numbers?
Not if we can stay within the recommended sentence of HIDA and probation.
That's gonna stay the same. We just need to make sure that the guidelines are accurate. But I believe she's being scored because she was the co-defendant, correct, Ms.
Yes.
Correct, Judge. Yes.
And so she's gonna be scored with whatever the underlying crime was on this accessory after the fact, so. And I do believe, based on what I've read, OB1 should be 25 and OB3 based on, should be 50. You wanna look that up, Mr. Debo, or you don't have a problem?
I have no objections.
And Judge, I misspoke. It should, the OV level should be 6. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, say that again?
The OV level should be 6, not 4. I misspoke.
6. Any objection, defense?
No.
All right. Anything else you'd like to say on behalf of your client, Mr. Debo?
Yes, I've been working extensively with Sarah Jean Jones Moody. She has no priors. This is the first time being in trouble with the law. She's a diligent student. She's doing quite well in school. She got straight A's on her last report card. She's been accepted to Wayne State University. She's going to go to college soon. And not to minimize what she's accused of and what she's done, but she's young and she allowed her sense of friendship to cloud her better judgment. And I don't believe that she's an evil or criminal-minded person, just young and made a mistake. And I've asked the court to do everything it can to help her turn her life around and get on a straight and narrow path. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Bickerstaff?
Judge, the people would leave the sentencing in the discretion of the court. In this case, Ms. Jean Jones Moody was the driver for her friend who did shoot and kill another individual who was 18 years old. She did subsequently drive the vehicle following the victim on his bike. She followed him while the defendant shot out of the back seat and killed that individual. But the guidelines are 0 to 17 here, and the people would leave it in the discretion of the court.
Okay. Ms. Sarah Jean Jones Moody, would you like to have words with the court before I'm sentencing you?
Yes, Your Honor. I just like to first thank you for being over my case. I like to thank my lawyer because he's been very helpful. I like to, for one,
Speak up a
apologize.
little bit, Ms. Moody. I can barely hear you. Speak up.
I apologize. Can you hear me now?
Can you get a little closer to whatever device you're using?
Maybe it's because of.
Go ahead, continue.
Is that better?
That's better.
Okay, sorry, Your Honor. I like to, for one, apologize for the role that I played in this terrible crime, and I like to throw myself at the mercy of the court because honestly, this was a situation that I should have never been in. I should have never allowed it to get as far as it got, and I wish there would have been something that I could have thought of in that moment to prevent this from happening. I thank God, of course, for all of the lessons that I've learned along the way, because it's been a lot and it's been a bunch of stuff that'll make people give up, but I just try to keep myself on a straight path now. And I've been trying to stay focused. I've been working on so many different things. This experience has just put me on a path to do a lot better. And I thank you, and I thank my lawyer, and I thank everybody who has put time and effort and patience into this case, because I have definitely learned my lesson, and it won't be I'll learn again.
Okay, Ms. Moody. Well, it appears as if you have. I hope that you have. You are headed to Wayne State, is that correct?
Wayne State is one of my offers, but I'm going to first go to MIAT, a trade skill, and then I may still go to Wayne State. But if I am presented the opportunity to go to college out of state, I would like to try to do that.
Okay, the trade skill, when does that program begin?
It begins in August, I believe, August 18th.
Okay. All right, Ms. Jones Moody, I do believe that hopefully this experience has taught you a lesson. I think the first thing it should have taught you is your associations. You have to be very careful with who you're associating with. You understand? In every aspect of life. So stay away from people that don't have the same mindset as you do. The court is going to sentence you to 18 months probation, subject to the following conditions. You must perform 100 hours of community service as directed by the field agent. You must obey all court orders. You must comply with written or verbal orders made by the field agent. You must pay $68 in costs rendered by the court. You must pay crime victims assessment in the amount of $130. Now, you're not working right now, is that correct?
Not currently, Your Honor.
Okay, then the court is going to reduce your court costs from $1,300 to $300. Mr. Ebo, you are appointed.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think they have the attorney fees. Okay, attorney fees, which are normally $400, the court is gonna waive. And there's a $30 per month supervision fee. Ms. Jones Moody, thank you. I'm going to give you a review date as well, because I want to make sure that you enter the program and that you're on the right path. I'm gonna give you a review date 6 months from now. Let me have a date for Ms. Jones Moody. I think it's that same September date.
Same day, 9/29.
September the 29th at 9 o'clock. And I want you to come. Well, I'm not sure if it's gonna be in person or on Zoom. You'll be notified at that time. And I want to see what you're doing with yourself, okay? Ms. Jones Moody,
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome. And stay out of trouble. Watch who you're hanging out with, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this matter is concluded.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, you have to call probation, Ms. Jones Moody.
Your Honor, I have a question.
Yes,
I'm on a tether monitor. Would I be getting this off?
yes, your tether is gonna be taken off, and I am sentencing you under HIDA. So that's another reason that you need to stay out of trouble, because this can be taken from your record if you get past probation without having any other issues, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. Could I get the number to probation?
Yes, it's 313-456-4600. Oh, and there's one thing I forgot to tell you. Your appeals, it's my duty to advise you that you have a right to request. Oh, that's right, you're on the item, so I don't have to give you the appeal. Yeah, 313-456-4600. Probation. Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
now we're concluded. Have a good day, Ms. Jones Moody.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. I think we have to do a live sentencing.
You have to take a recess.
I have to take a recess. Hold on one second. For a few minutes.